4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to Grammie's Book Nook. I'm so happy that you decided to join me again today. I always enjoy taking time out of the day to read something special to you. Today we're going to continue with the book we started with the last time, and it's called Lucy on the Loose, and it's written by Ilene Cooper. And yesterday we discovered that Ben, a neighbor of Bobby's, was looking after Lucy and didn't do a great job. In fact, Lucy got loose and ran away. So, we're going to pick up our adventure today and see what happens next in the search for Lucy. So let me get my reading glasses on so I'm all set to go. Chapter 4. Looking for Lucy. Lucy was gone. For a few seconds, Bobby just stood there, not knowing what to do. Even though it was hot, he could feel a cold sweat on his forehead. Bobby asked Ben, "Are you sure you don't know where Lucy went? Think, Ben. Are you sure you don't know?" "Oh, think, Sean shouted at his little brother Ben. Ben looked like he might cry. "I was getting a big stick. I wanted to have a bigger stick for Lucy to chase. And then I looked up, and Lucy was chasing the cat. They ran behind the house, and I ran as fast as I could to come and get you." "Well, maybe she hasn't left the yard yet," Sean suggested. "Oh, yeah, that would be great," Bobby said. He started running around the house. Sean was behind him, and Ben was right behind Sean. They looked all around the backyard. They looked behind the garage. No Lucy. But Sean did find her leash. Sean held it up. "Ben, did you take Lucy's leash off?" Ben nodded slowly. It made her hard for her to fetch the stick. She kept tripping on it. Now Bobby was even more worried. Without her leash flapping, it will be easier for Lucy to run, he thought. "Well, that was a dumb thing to do," Sean told Ben. Tears started to roll down Ben's cheeks. "Oh, what should we do?" Bobby asked. He felt like he might start crying too. "Maybe Lucy chased the cat back to your house," Sean said. "Maybe," Bobby said. He felt his hopes rise a little. "Let's go check," said Sean. Ben tried to follow them. "No, Ben, you need to stay here," Sean told him. "Well, I don't want to stay here," Ben said, as he wiped his eyes with the back of his hand. "Please wait here, Ben," Bobby said. "Lucy might come back, and somebody should be here if she does. That's going to be your job, Ben," Sean told him. "Take her leash." Ben finally nodded, and he took the leash. "Okay, I'll wait here. I'll wait for Lucy." The boys ran across the street to Bobby's house. "Don't let my mother see us," Bobby whispered to Sean, "because if she sees us, she's going to ask where Lucy is." He peeked in the window. Mrs. Quinn was still inside the house reading the newspaper. Should he tell her about Lucy? Oh, no. They might find her at any minute, and then he wouldn't have to ever tell his mother at all. Bobby and Sean searched all around the house for Lucy. Maybe she'd gotten tired of chasing the cat. Maybe she was just resting in one of her favorite spots in the yard. But she wasn't in the garden, and she wasn't under the shady oak tree. Bobby felt like a small boat was in the middle of his stomach, rocking up and down, up and down. "Oh," Sean whispered, "where should we look next?" Bobby tried to think. "Let's check the park. Maybe Lucy chased the cat there." There was a small park on the next block. It was mostly for little kids, but today a couple of big kids were kicking a soccer ball around. You could ask them, Sean said, scuffing the dirt with his feet. Bobby nodded, but he didn't say anything. The ball rolled in their direction. "Hey, kick the ball back over here," one of the kids said. Bobby kicked the ball. "Thanks," the kid said, and he turned back to play the game. Bobby was shy with most people, but he was really shy around bigger kids. But he had to ask. "Hey," he called. The kid turned around. He frowned at Bobby. "What?" he said. "Did you see a beagle chasing a cat?" Bobby said in words quickly before he could even think about them. The older boy looked surprised. "Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did," he said. Bobby took a deep breath. "Well, she's my dog. Where did she go?" The boy pointed in the direction of Main Street. This news made Bobby feel really scared, even more scared than talking to a big kid. Main Street was a busy place on Saturday. There was a lot of noise. There was traffic. It was absolutely no place for a dog to be on her own. The boys rushed downtown. Now they stood on the corner of Main and First. They looked up the street and they looked down the street, but there was no sign of Lucy. "Where do we start?" Sean asked. "I don't know," Bobby said helplessly. "Maybe we should ask around," said Sean. "Well, we have to do something," Bobby answered. Sean looked in the window of the by-low. "Hey, Bobby, come on over here. Look at how busy the store is." The store was full of people today. Some were plucking items off the shelves and putting them into their baskets. Other shoppers were standing in line to pay. Bobby said, "I don't think Lucy would chase a cat into the store." "No," Sean said, "but there are lots of customers in there. Maybe one of them saw Lucy." "Of course," Sean said more slowly. That's a lot of people to be asking." "Wait a minute," Bobby exclaimed. "We don't have to ask them all. There's a loudspeaker in the store. I've heard it before. We just have to ask the clerk to make an announcement. Everyone in the store will hear it at the same time." The boys hurried into the store. Bobby looked over at the checkout counter. A friendly-looking lady was at the cash register. She was busy ringing up customers. There was a long line. It would be hard to interrupt her, but Bobby had to do it. He had to do it for Lucy. He walked up to the woman. "Excuse me," Bobby said very softly. The cashier didn't hear him. "Excuse me," Bobby said more loudly, and the woman looked down at him and said, "Yes?" "Hey," a grouchy man said who was waiting at the counter, "get in line with the rest of us." But, Bobby stammered. "Is there something the matter?" the cashier asked kindly. I'm looking for my dog," Bobby said. "She's lost." Several people heard Bobby. "Lost dog! Lost dog! There's a lost dog! That little boy lost his dog!" The news went up and down the checkout line. "Could you make an announcement, the kind that everyone in the store can hear?" Bobby asked the cashier. "I suppose," the cashier said. "Tell me what your dog looks like." "Be quick about it," the grouchy old man added. "I'm in a hurry." Bobby tried not to look at all those grown-ups waiting in the line. He turned toward the cashier, but he could feel his cheeks getting really, really red. Her name is Lucy. She's a beagle, white and brown with brown spots. She was chasing an orange cat, and they were running toward Main Street. Whew, he thought to himself. Is she wearing a collar? Asked the teenager. Yes, Bobby said. Her name and phone number are on her collar. The cashier picked up the microphone and clicked it on. Attention shoppers, she said. Please be on the lookout around town for a brown and white beagle named Lucy. Bobby tugged on the woman's sleeve. She has black spots too, he whispered. A black and white beagle with black spots, the woman added. She's lost and was last seen chasing an orange cat. Her name and phone number are on her collar. Thank you, Bobby said. Thanks a lot. No problem, the cashier said, but now I have to get back to work. Bobby had felt happy when he heard the announcement, but no one in the store came up to them and said that they had seen Lucy. He and Sean were going to have to keep looking. You'll find her, a teenager said. Another woman said, have you checked the butcher shop? Dogs like bones, you know. Even the grouchy man called, Good luck finding your dog. Now what? Asked Sean. Bobby shook his head. He was feeling low. I guess we could try the butcher shop like the lady said. Sean shrugged. It can't hurt. It is right across the street after all. Bobby told himself not to worry. There were still lots of places to look for Lucy. But he couldn't help it. He was worried anyway. The boys waited at the light to cross the street. Sean said, maybe we should tell your mother about Lucy. She could drive us around town. Bobby thought about telling her Lucy was lost, and he could hear his mother saying, keep Lucy on her leash. Sean's yard doesn't have a fence around it, you know. Bobby sighed. She would say that he was careless. She'd be mad, and Bobby couldn't blame her. He was mad at himself. Let's just check out the butcher shop, Bobby said, and then I'll call home and tell my mother about Lucy. They were about to enter the store when a familiar voice stopped them. Hey, you're going into the wrong place. The ice cream shop is next door. The boys turned around. There was Bobby's friend Candy, licking away at a chocolate ice cream cone. Candy was another new friend of Bobby's. They met at dog obedience school. Cindy's dog, Butch, was the worst dog in the class. If the teacher said sit, Butch stood. If the teacher said fetch, Butch would lay down. He flunked the class. Candy didn't mind. She liked Butch as much as Bobby liked Lucy. Candy liked something else, too. She liked to talk. She liked to talk as much as Lucy liked to run. She started talking now. Hey, Sean, remember me? I met you at Bobby's house. It was right after I got back from the lake. Look, I still have my suntan, but it's peeling now. Candy flicked a piece of dead skin off her arm. Sean, she went on, did you get a dog? You said you might get a dog. I was thinking, maybe you should get a poodle. I almost got a poodle. Candy glanced at Butch. Poodles are smart. I love Butch, but he's really not all that smart. I think Lucy would like to be friends with a poodle. Candy, stop talking, Bobby interrupted. Lucy's missing. What? When? Candy sputtered out. For once, she let Bobby do the talking. Quickly, Bobby told Candy about Lucy and the big orange cat. Oh, no, said Candy. We have to find her. Butch and I will help you look. Butch barked loudly and pulled on his leash. "We're going to ask in here," Bobby said, pointing at the butcher's shop. He looked at Butch. "Maybe you should stay out here with Butch." Candy nodded. "He'd go crazy at the hamburger meat." She took hold of Butch's leash and held it with both hands. The boys went into the store. A large man with a black mustache stood behind the counter. He was wearing a white apron and a small white cap on his head. Inside the glass cases were chops, roasts, and hamburger meat. "Have you ever been in here before?" Sean whispered to Bobby. "Once or twice with my mother," Bobby whispered back. "The man behind the counter is named Joe, and he's a very nice man." Joe was chopping meat with a huge meat cleaver. Whack! Whack! Bobby cleared his throat. Excuse me?" Joe peered over the counter. "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see you there. What do you need today?" "I'm looking for my dog," Bobby mumbled. "Hot dogs, you say?" "I have hot dogs in packages." Joe jerked his thumb toward the cooler. "They're over there." Nervously, Bobby tried again. "Not hot dogs. I'm not looking for hot dogs. I'm looking for a regular dog, a dog with 4 legs. Now Joe stared down at Bobby. "A dog? I couldn't have a dog in here. The health department would shut me down." Sean pulled on Bobby's arm. "Let's go," he whispered. "I can't," Bobby whispered back. "My dog is lost." He continued in a louder voice. "Did you see her? Did you see my dog?" Joe stopped whacking. "But what does your dog look like?" he asked. Quickly, Bobby told Joe that Lucy was a white and brown beagle with black spots and chocolate brown eyes and soft, floppy ears. "Oh, she sounds very pretty," Joe said. "She is," Bobby answered. Just thinking about how pretty Lucy was made Bobby feel like crying again. "Well, I haven't seen her," Joe said, "but sometimes dogs come sniffing around back." Then he put his meat cleaver down. "Wait here a minute." He wiped his hands on his apron. He went to the refrigerator and pulled out some cooked ribs. He dropped them in a paper sack. "All the dogs like my rib bones," Joe said. "Take them with you. Maybe Lucy will smell them and find you." Just then, a customer walked into Joe's butcher shop. She was a big woman. She was wearing an orange dress and a little hat. Her hair was a funny color. It was almost as orange as her dress. "I'll be with you in just a moment," Joe said. He handed Bobby the rib bones. "Good luck finding your dog," he said. The woman with the orange hair looked at Bobby and said, "Is your dog lost?" Bobby nodded. "Oh, you poor, poor boy. The same thing happened to me. My cat ran away, and she's been gone for 3 days. I feel terrible about it. Terrible, terrible. I feel terrible." The lady with the orange hat shook her head. Bobby had a thought. "What does your cat look like?" he asked. "Oh, my cat is just beautiful," the woman said. "He's quite magnificent. He's large, and he has a very long, fluffy tail. And he's a special color, too." "Really?" Bobby asked. "What color is your cat?" The woman patted her hair. "Very much like the color of my hair," she said. "Orange? Your cat is orange?" Bobby said with excitement. The woman frowned. "Well, I wouldn't call my hair orange. It's ginger. My hair is colored ginger. In fact, That's the name of my cat. My cat's name is Ginger." Bobby and Sean looked at each other. "The last time anyone saw my dog, she was chasing a cat," Bobby said. "And it was big." And Bobby almost said orange again, but then he thought better of it and said, "It was big and ginger colored." So that's where we're going to leave the story off today. I bet the adventure gets even more exciting when we get to continue the book the next time we're together. Oh my goodness, I'm getting tired just hearing about all the running around these boys are having to do. And I'm really getting a little bit concerned that Bobby's not sharing this information with his mother. Because when we get into trouble, the best place to go is to a trusted adult. And who can we trust better than our mom or our dad? So I'm not sure he's making the best choice here. But we'll find out more about that when we finish the book tomorrow. So before I leave today, I have a couple more friends that I want to say hello to. And they are indeed very special friends. So today I want to say hello to Tatum and McKenna and Mikey. And I want to say hello to Luke and John and their cousin Emma. So if you're watching, a big hello to you, and I want you to know how much I miss seeing you. So before we finish our day today, we're going to do what we always do, and I bet you can guess what it is. If you've ever been to Grammie's Book Nook before, you know that every day when we come to the end of our story time, we sing the same song. The song that helps us to remember to keep our hands clean, to keep our hands away from our faces, and to make sure we give everyone enough space. So let's get ready, and I want you to be singing along too. Sleeves up. We don't want our sleeves to get wet when we're washing our hands. Are you ready? Here we go. We're gonna wash those germs away, strong and healthy every day. We make wise choices so we stay well. We're gonna wash those germs away. We're gonna wash those germs away, strong and healthy every day. We make wise choices so we stay well. We're gonna wash those germs away. We make wise choices in every way. We're gonna wash those germs away. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. I'll look forward to seeing you the next time we get together to finish the book Lucy on the Loose. Bye now.